Good morning, YouTubers. T Squared Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. I got a great video planned out for you guys today. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the Brics nations. It's something that we have heard time and time again, and a lot of people have told me in the past, they've been talking about this for years. It ain't never going to amount to nothing. If it was that big of a deal, we'd hear about it, and on and on and on. And today, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that I believe point to the fact that it is a big deal. It is growing in escalation, and now essentially they're trying to deal with it. I think they realize it's a problem. I think they're starting to realize that empty threats are not going to work. And essentially, I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. On top of that, we're also going to have a really exciting day, I believe, when it comes to really the whole economy, whether it be precious metals, whether it be stocks, whether it be Bitcoin. And so I think there's a lot going on that we should really talk about, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, please take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button to help me out. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps out more than you know. And leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. So jumping in right off, I'm filming this at basically 1 a.m. in the morning. You guys won't see this for about 5 hours. So right now in the silver market, we did see a little bit of a dip. I ended up taking advantage of the dip only because I ended up supposed to have put in a big order probably about a week ago. And then we started to see it climb, and I decided I was going to put in a third of that order the other day and not push my luck. And then when we seen that nice little dip earlier this evening, I said, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to put the second third of my order in and still leave myself that other third for later if something major doesn't happen. But we did see a quick drop, and then we did see it start recovering some. So we did actually go down quite a bit, really. We were down to basically $30.65 right about. So we saw it come down pretty good. We're starting to see it climb again. I'm curious to see how this plays out. Now, keep in mind, on Friday, we were well over 31. But here's the thing. We saw the dip, and now we're starting to see it pull back up again. A lot of stuff, crazy stuff happens in the middle of the night. You always see the dips happen in the middle of the night. You never see them during the day when everybody's awake watching it. And so when I see stuff like this happen, I kind of think that's more, I'll say, potential for movement. And so, silver looking really good. But we're going to come back to silver in just a minute. Taking a quick look at gold, we've seen the same thing happen with gold. We've seen it dip down quite a bit earlier this evening. Got all the way down to 27.72. We're starting to see it climb back up again, as you can see in the charts, but we're going to come back to that again. Now, looking at Bitcoin, we've seen Bitcoin take a devastating hit. I think it was a pretty big hit. I mean, you lose 3.5% of your money in essentially one day. That's not good. And I think a lot of people are missing out what's going on. We've had all this hype lately in Bitcoin. We've seen Bitcoin go all the way down to 92,900 and change. But there's been a lot of hype around Bitcoin. Oh, Trump's going to do this. Oh, Trump's going to do that. But now we're seeing a huge flood of gold coming into the U.S. Why are we seeing all this gold and silver coming into the U.S.? Specifically, they're talking about the gold. They say, oh, it's just big banks and hedge funds and stuff trying to get ahead of the tariffs. Are they? Or is there a possibility that the government themselves is getting? Because here's the thing. They've told you that the whole Brics doesn't matter. It's nothing. They're nothing. It ain't going to amount to nothing. But why are they reiterating the whole Brics? We heard some stuff, probably a couple weeks ago, hey, if these countries want to get away from the dollar, find yourself another sucker. You're going to deal with the king dollar, or else we'll put 100% tariffs on you. This is a threat. This is a warning. You can call it a threat, call it a warning, call it whatever you want. But if they're putting this out, that means that the threat assessment has went from there's nothing there, and it will never amount to nothing. And now you've got warnings being cast out, threats, because they're starting to realize, I believe now, this is bigger than they're making it out to be. Now, they can't come out and panic you, because if they came out right now and they said, oh, yeah, this is really happening and this is not good, then essentially think about what that would do. I mean, a lot of Americans would want to position themselves. And where would they want to position themselves into? Well, let's think about that for a minute. You're going to want to position yourself in safe haven assets such as silver, gold, and I'm even going to say Bitcoin at first because we're talking about the average person here. So if you're an average everyday person and you just found out, okay, what's happening, you're going to want to put into silver, gold, or Bitcoin. Those are the big three right now that people look at. And I think as people realize that the threat is serious, they are going to put into different assets. Now, I believe all this talk of Bitcoin, a Bitcoin reserve and all this is because if they want gold and silver, they being the governments, the big central banks, the high-ups, the elites, well, they need to somehow distract you away from gold. They need you to go to something else, something that they don't really want. And yeah, I mean, let's be honest, they can hold this, but we've been seeing Bitcoin kind of having a hard time struggling lately. Why is that? You know, everyday people are buying Bitcoin and they're buying gold and silver. What is big money doing? How do you have Bitcoin drop by 3.5% in one day? Now, you've got to understand, big money, I believe, is pulling out little by little, but they can't tell you that. So if they pull a dip, what happens during a dip? Well, let's think about from a stacker's standpoint. What happens when you see a dip? I can tell you what I do when I see a dip. When I see a dip on something that I want, I buy. When I see a sale on a product that I want, I buy. And if I'm a common person out there, we'll just say an everyday person, let's say, you know, you're someone that just likes shopping maybe. If you see a big sale on whether that be TVs or shoes or purses, what do? You buy the sale. That's why you see so many big deals on Black Friday. That's why you see the roads flooded with people, the stores flooded with people, because they're looking to buy the deals. Now, here's the thing. The average person is looking for these deals. So when they see Bitcoin come crashing down today, I'm going to say the not so, the people that are just a little bit more willy-nilly with their money, they're buying this dip. And as they're buying it, I'm convinced that there's big money selling. Because what's not happening, as you see Bitcoin down 3.5%, we're not really seeing gold and silver get destroyed less than 1%. And it's already going back up again. You know, now I don't know what the markets are going to look like tomorrow morning. When you watch this video at maybe 6 a.m., maybe you're an early bird and you watch it at 6 a.m., maybe you're going to catch this at 9 o'clock, who knows? But, or just when you're going to work. A lot of people like to watch them when they're on their drive to work. They'll listen to it. There's nothing really to watch. You can just listen. It's more of a podcast type thing. But as you start to see more and more people flooding in to these things, you got to wonder, what is the big money? You know, there's an old saying, watch what they do, not what they say. You know, I used to always hear that. And when you really think about it, there's a lot of people out there that will say one thing, but they'll do another thing. And I'm convinced that that's why they're talking such a big game on Bitcoin and crypto. And, oh, we're going to make restrictions easier. We're going to make them looser. Hey, we're going to launch some more coins. Hey, we're going to sell off our gold and set up a new Bitcoin reserve for the country. You've got to wonder what's really at play here. You know, why is all this gold flooding into the U.S. all at once? You know, so as that happens, we could end up seeing gold and silver really take off. And it's been kind of quiet lately for a lot of people. They're not really paying attention to what's happening. But when you look at a year-to-date chart, now year-to-date just means we've only had 1 month roughly. But look at it. It's slowly creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. Here we are now just under $32. It wasn't that long ago that you could have got it at 30. Now, it's not just that either. It's also gold. Gold too. Look at gold. Gold was $26.69. And we're seeing it slowly creep up higher and higher and higher. And you know, these little maybe pullbacks, I'll say, you can call it a pullback. I was thinking today, because I've been looking for a little bit of a pullback to put those 3 orders in. even though it was originally going to be one order, but then I broke it down into 3 sections. That way, I could kind of hedge it a little bit. And as I was sitting there thinking about it, I said, it's nice to save 50 cents an ounce or save $1 an ounce. But on the flip side of that, does it really matter? Does it really matter as the price continues to go higher and higher? And someone left me a comment and said that to me the other day. And I said, it matters to me. 50 cents times 100 ounces, that's something. It's still $50. I can go out to eat with that or whatever, But as I'm seeing it creep up, I want to get my orders in. I'm thinking we're going to see all of a sudden a couple of nice jumps, and before you know it, and it's not just going to be in silver, it's going to be in gold too. Both metals have been doing well, and I think we might see, maybe we'll see a little dip and then a jump and then a dip and then a jump, but it is slowly escalating, as you can see here. And you want to be on the right side of this, because when things really start breaking down, they're not going to tell you the full repercussions of the Brics breaking away from the almighty dollar, as they say. So I want to make sure that the subscribers to this channel are getting prepared. They're following this stuff. They're subscribed to the channel. They're keeping up. I keep up with this stuff on a daily basis. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, but in reality, you look at some of these licensed financial advisors that they pick stocks for you. I mean, who's a licensed financial advisor? Okay, what's his name? Sell. Mad Squawk Box Money with, my word, I can't think of his name, and I just talked about him the other day. Needless to say, I mean, he's a financial advisor. I mean, come on. I mean, he's picked more wrong than he's picked right. He's batting 40%, 35% right, 65% wrong from the people that have been following his trades on a regular basis. Here's the thing. They're selling you a story. They're directing people like sheep to the slaughtering pen. They don't care about you. I hate to say that. I know that sounds bad because, people should care about friends, family, relatives, even everyday people. I wouldn't wish bad even on anybody. But here they are selling this stuff, this garbage. And that's really how I feel about Bitcoin. And I really think we're going to see it come down. Now, will we see another pump up again? Let's say it plunges back down to $50,000. I mean, if all of a sudden it goes back up to $150,000 in 20 years from now, will it matter? Some people say it will. I believe it will matter because there's a lot of time that money's locked up. That money is gone. And the smart money, the big money, they've been betting already on Bitcoin and stuff. They've got the Bitcoin now. Now they're looking for someone to pawn it off. But what's happening with gold? They ain't looking for someone to pawn it off on. They're trying to buy up as much gold and as much silver. I know someone left me a comment the other day. I'll be honest, it was a little bit of a mean comment. Hey, stupid, they're only worried about gold. They ain't worried about silver. And maybe I understand people might believe that. But you know what? Where gold goes, silver will follow. And usually silver follows at a higher percentage. And because of that, I want the higher percentage item. It can fall fast too, though. If gold was to come down, silver will come down even harder. But when gold goes up, silver goes up even higher and faster. So the question is now you have to ask yourself, what's going to happen with gold? Is gold going to go up or is gold going to go down? Chances are gold's going to continue to go up, which means silver's going to continue to go up, and it's going to go up harder and faster, and that's why I want to be in it. Now, when we see that gold-silver ratio start dropping to a fair number, well, then, heck, I'm going to be ready to trade some silver. I understand some people really like silver, and they're obsessed, and they wouldn't get rid of it for anything. Well, you know what? At today's silver-to-gold ratio, gold-silver ratio, I want silver. And when that ratio comes down and we're looking at 50 to 1, I might trade some. When we go to 40 to 1, I'll trade some more. 30 to 1, I'll trade some more. 20 to 1 is going to be really tough to catch. I mean, when you see a 20 to 1, it kind of looks like something like this. Just a quick, sharp line, and then it bounces back up. Kind of like what you see right there. I mean, this is not the gold-silver ratio. I'm just giving you the example of what that would look like. But you have opportunity to trade out. And that's why I'm buying silver and stacking, and I'm getting prepared. Look at this prediction right here. I'm just kind of glancing around. Gold price could hit as high as 32.90. Silver could hit as high as 43.50. I mean, just looking at those two predictions, they want to sell you on gold, but look at the percentages versus then or now until these predictions. You've got to understand there's going to be more profit potential for silver, and that's why I just put in that second third of that order. So I put in 66% of my order basically, and I'm going to probably put another order in if the right opportunity comes up. I might have to wait a couple weeks because I don't want to go totally broke, but because unfortunately the world does revolve around fiat currency right now. There's going to be a lot of people that are not prepared, and but for right now, they're still taking dollars. I mean, dollars ain't going to go away. I'm not going to lie to you. Dollars will be here. They just won't buy you hardly anything. So you've got to be prepared in what's going on. Start taking actions. I'm not saying bet the farm, but if it were me, I would want to have some precious metals. Now, like I said, this is not financial advice, nor should it be considered as such. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please check out some of our other great videos. We've got thousands and thousands of videos up and a lot of different stuff we cover. And it's worth checking them out. It's worth subscribing to the channel. I'd like to do a special thank you to all the members of the channel. We will be running our Super Bowl event pretty soon. You will be seeing a video up on that where you can get your square. It's a free event for members, and you have a shot at winning some free silver. So you can't beat that. So, and it's only $1.99 to join, and you can cancel at any time. So it's worth it to me. So plus your comments go straight to my phone, and even if you're not a member, I still thank you for being a subscriber and following the channel. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. Bye-bye.